And we'll get started. Welcome to the Team Nourished Team Call. It is October the 8th, and we are here. We're here. We're excited. I'm super pumped to be bringing you tonight's call because we are going to be talking all about how to systematically share your journey. As a new coach, as an experienced coach, it really doesn't matter. But before we do that, let me screen share. I feel like all my little tabbies have moved. Okay. And get my fun little slideshow started here. Okay, yay. Can you see that, Amanda? Yay, good. Okay. All right, so first off, we are going to celebrate our weekly top 5, just like we do all the time. Recognition is one of my favorite parts of this job because having worked in a corporate office for a really long time before doing this, I never got recognized for nothing. And so I love to be able to be recognized, and I also really love recognizing other people for the work that they're doing. So up in our top spot is Miss Carrie Summers. Myself and my second CBC is in the second spot. Amanda Brendel, congratulations. She is organically sharing her journey, and I'm loving watching it. She's one of Michelle King's coaches. And then Lynn Stewart Melling is in the number 4 spot. And then one of our brand new coaches, Jennifer Lotes, is in the number 5 spot. So you guys, if you're watching the recording, I know my girls who are on here tonight, those of you who are watching the recording, you get in the weekly top 5 by coach enrollments, challenge pack enrollments, and personal volume, so sales numbers. So these are the top performers this week. So congratulations, ladies. Super stoked about that. And with this huge launch, I mean, I feel like it's just completely blowing up. So SC5 and above, that means you've helped 3 or more people. Myself at SC8 on the board this month, Leanna Morris at SC2, Amanda Brendel at SC2, and Alyssa Dietrich, who is one of our brand new coaches as well, at SC2. And I know, Carrie, I think I saw you say something maybe in Viva Vita that you got yourself on the board today as well. So congratulations, my friend. And I don't know, to me, it's still so early in the month. This board will change dramatically. I know it. And especially with a huge launch like we have going on right now. Okay, so yay, we have 2 recognition things tonight. I'm really, really excited. These are actually my favorite part of it. I mean, SC numbers are fun and personal volume is fun, but you know what, guys? I love rank advancements because that tells me that you are doing the things. You are out there sharing, you are taking your ownership of your business. And if you are in the Diamond, the Road to Retreat Diamond Dash group, you know that, like, I think somebody's going to like etch it on my tombstone, extreme ownership, because that is I thought my word of the year was more, but my word of the year is extreme ownership. Like, take care of your business. And that doesn't just mean this, it means of all the things, right? And so I know with 2020, that's kind of a hard thing to do sometimes, but I'm really, really stoked that Carrie Summers and Leanna Morris have rank advanced this week. Carrie Summers has earned the amazing rank of Diamond. That is truly, truly, truly where everything opens up and begins, where income begins to escalate, I should say, and really your business, kind of the doors are wide open. You're ready. I loved, again, I'm going to reference the Diamond Dash a lot because I think that group is so freaking on fire right now. And Erin Hopkins today lit it up, man. I mean, she always brings the energy, but she really, really brought the energy today. And she talked about how Diamond is truly the beginning of legitimacy in your business. So, you know, you really get to, you walk in a room, your shoulders are back. I loved, and Moira talked about it too. Like, when I get to introduce you to other leadership in this, and I'm like, hey, Christina Delgado, this is one of my Diamond coaches, Carrie Summers. Carrie's arms go back. You know, it holds you up a little bit differently. It causes people to look at you a little bit differently. And so I am so, so, so excited. This has been long awaited. I know Carrie had been a Diamond before, and then life happened, and now she is back, and I don't ever expect her to lose it again. I just truthfully believe that this is the time, right? And Leanna Morris, congratulations, girl. You have 2 coaches now. That means you have opened up your Beachbody bank account. You are now able to, which is really, really good during a launch, right? Because now you get to capitalize on the fact that our entire team is producing volume. So before, and I'm going to click to our next slide just to give a quick little rundown about this. Before you are here in Active Emerald, you are here And here does not earn team cycle bonuses. Here, there is no bank account that is banking. So our team, literally, if you are an active coach or an inactive Emerald or an inactive coach at all, when our team has huge things like this 30-day breakaway launch, peppermint mocha Shakeology coming out, we have some save the dates because I got some really cool, exciting news for dates today. For 9-week Control Freak by Autumn Calabrese, when all of that stuff drops, if you aren't here or above, you get none of that pot. And so active Emerald is truthfully where even you're starting to make passive income. You're starting not to have to do all of the things all of the time. And so really, I mean, and that just continues to catapult into Diamond and Star Diamond and all of the things. So congratulations, Leanna. I am really super stoked that you're going to get to take part in all of the financial aspect of that. I think it's really fantastic. And I know that's not why a lot of people do this. Everybody comes into doing this for a myriad of different reasons. But I mean, the reality is, and again, this came straight from Erin today, and I can't echo it enough. Your time and attention and energy should be compensated, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, congratulations, girl. So again, why SC10 instead of 5? So after you become Emerald and you hit SC5, you get free leads. If you are Emerald and SC10, that's helping 5 people minimum that month, you get paid leads. And so that means Beachbody is giving you free customers. $14 cycle bonuses for Emerald, $18 for Diamonds and above. So congratulations, guys. Oh, and why Advanced Diamond? Oh yeah, because you can come to Hawaii. So we're having a Hawaiian leadership retreat in January, and all of the diamonds on our team that go diamond in the 4th quarter and hold it for 6 weeks in the 4th quarter will be invited to our exclusive leadership retreat. And you guys, I already am like, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to do this. I mean, you're probably going to need to book a whole month. Like, let's just be real here. We're just going to need a whole month in Hawaii to do all the things that I want to do. So, because I just want everybody to do all the things with me. So a couple of new Coach Must Knows. We're going to run through this quickly tonight because our whole team call is on part of this. So our core mission is to help people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life. And that means you're going to do your challenge like a boss. So whether you're a brand new coach or whether you've been doing this 6 years, doesn't matter. You start your program and you show up like it's your job. And guess what happens? People are attracted to that. So being proof the product works every day, that means drinking your shake. I literally just finished mine. That means doing whatever workout is prescribed to you. That means sharing it because in the accountability group. So you need to be showing up in your accountability group as well. Vital number 2, connect, invite, and follow up. All of that comes easier when you've done Vital 1. I feel like they all just kind of catapult on one another. If you haven't started out with number 1, you can't really do number 2 with a whole lot of authority. You can't really invite people if you're not sharing your journey. It feels inauthentic. It feels like when you, and God Almighty, I feel like we all know this, you get the stock message from the book company that's like, hey, starting a book party on Facebook, do you want to come? Or you just, or even worse, you just get added into the group, which nobody likes that. So when no one knows what you're doing, they don't really believe that they should do it with you. So be sure that you are engaged in Vital number 1 so that you can do Vital number 3. So that you, or number 2, so you can do Vital number 3, which is to help people get results and recognize them. Truthfully, that is, I mean, I feel like one of the best parts about doing this job is that we are results focused. It's not a product-based sales business. It's not just, here's your link, hope you buy it, never going to talk to you again. It's getting them results. I talked to a really cool girl the other day who said, and it was really sweet. I loved how she said it. She was like, can you just tell me how this is any different than when I went, she's a homeschool mom. And she was like, so I buy a homeschool curriculum online every year. It's like this whole thing. I pay for the entire year and I can go on anytime during the year and download these worksheets and participate in these things and grab these resources. And she said, I've done it every year for the past 5 years and I've never once logged on. How is this different? She was like, I really don't want this to be that same kind of thing. And that was huge for me. How many people pay for subscription services and how many people pay for things they never, ever use? And I said, do you think it would be different if all of your homeschool moms all bought into that and y'all are sharing back and forth what's working for your kids and what's not working for your kids and how you're using this? And she was like, oh my God, yeah. And I was like, that's what we do. That's why this is magic. And so we get people results and then we recognize them. We shout them out. We're going to talk a lot about that tonight too. So vital number 4 is personal development. Truthfully, that should be in proof the product works, because none of this works if your head isn't in the game and your head isn't screwed on straight. So hit SE6, where your goal every month should be at minimum to help 3 people. That is how your business will continue to move forward. That is how your boot camps will continue to move forward. And I mean, really, you can't really get much momentum if you're just enrolling 1 or 2 people every month. And I think I loved Aaron's today, the slow death march to diamond. Like, yeah, I was there. That was me. It took me a year. Like, the slow death march is painful and it's why people quit. So don't be that person. Lean in, take care of your business quickly so you can do the fun things. Okay, couple little announcements. Mark your calendars. 9-week, I just found out today, 9-week Control Freak launches for coaches the first week of December. And for customers, it is before Christmas. So that way, when January the 1st hits, they have everything and we can kick off the year just zooming straight ahead, which I think is freaking fantastic. I'm so thrilled they are not waiting until January to do this. I wanted to like kiss Carl Deichler's feet when I heard that today. And then also November 2nd is the Peppermint Mocha launch, which is really exciting. I know lots of you guys are hardcore pumpkin spice fans, but I'm peppermint mocha all the way. Last year, I think I only bought a box or 2, and that was a huge mistake. It is by far my favorite flavor of Shakeology they have ever put out. I love it. And it's so like crisp and I don't know, I just absolutely love it. So be sure you mark your calendars for that. You're going to hear a whole lot more about that before, like it actually happens. Okay, let me check the chat because that's it. Yeah, Aaron Hopkins. I know. Christina. That is going to be my number 1 goal at Summit next year, is to talk to Christina Delgado, Carrie, and introduce you as one of my Diamond or Star Diamond leaders. Like 100%, like that's what you're getting out of this. Amanda, you better come up with a coach crush that you will stalk on Success Club trips. I know, you got to think. Okay. Yes. And then, yeah, I know. I'm reading your thing. Just made that mistake too, loading up on it this year. It's just me talking to myself. I know y'all need to chat, and it's just Carrie talking back and forth. Okay. So we are going to talk tonight about systematically sharing your journey. I'm really excited for you guys that are on this because I think hold on. My ridiculously huge water bottle. I'm committed, man. I'm committed to getting over 100 ounces every day. So systematically sharing your journey. This is truthfully where everything starts with our business. I mean, you cannot invite with authenticity and confidence, and literally everything hinges on you sharing your journey. Now, granted, I know there's a lot of people that really are uncomfortable on social media and they just really are like, oh, I don't know how, and I overthink things and all of the things. Guys, I am here to tell you, you will never get better until you practice. You are going to fail. You are going to write something that sounds really dumb. You are going to share the wrong thing. You are going to look silly. You just are. But one of the things that I heard in the very beginning, it was my very first coach training, Meredith Ganal said, when she first did all of her yoga certification training, she said, I had an instructor that said, show up to suck. Like, show up, because you will never get any better if you continue to hide in the corner, and you will never get any better. Like, I was talking to someone earlier this week about, she said, well, I sound stupid on stories. I actually met her in the UPW, that KK group that we're in, Carrie. And she said her power move was talking on stories. She said, I only share pictures. I never talk at all because I sound dumb. I stumble over my words. And I don't know what to say, and I get twisted up. And I was like, you will never get any better by not doing it. It's not going to happen organically. You have to do it over and over. And the cool thing about stories and the cool thing about social media, you guys, is you can just delete it. You cannot post it. If it really, really, really is awful, like the other, oh, what was it? Oh, it was this morning when I was recognizing Carrie. Immediately I get on, I prop up my phone, I have my little thing, I prop it up right here, and I'm sitting here talking, and I was like, blah, 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 blah. Like, it made no sense. I was talking about things, and I'm like, they don't need to know about this. They don't need to know any of this. And I just deleted it, and I started over. No one knows how many times it took you to get there. So don't worry about it. I think so many people trip themselves up before they even start because they're afraid to look silly or they're afraid to not say the right thing. So they just don't say anything at all. And guys, that doesn't work. That will leave you in the same place today that you were a year ago, that you will be a year from now if you don't practice. That was the biggest thing. One of the biggest transforming exercises I ever did was back when this was 2 years ago in Tennessee, when I did car rider line confessions. And I got on there. Some of you may remember that. I don't think I knew Leanna then, but I literally just got on Facebook Live because that was what the thing of the time was. Like, Facebook Lives were how you got your stuff up in the algorithm, right? And so I had done some weird random training. It didn't have anything to do with Beachbody. And they were like, oh, you should be going live every day. And I was like, oh my God, no, I cannot go live. Like, if you guys watched some of my videos from 3 years ago, I can post the one about spaghetti squash. That's the bad one. And I even edited that, and it was so bad. Like, it's about spaghetti squash being made in the microwave. It's a fantastic tutorial. I sound like a flippin' idiot, but I did it. And then going live every single day, I got comfortable, because it's just about being uncomfortable and then realizing that nobody cares as much about what you're saying and the way that you're presenting things as you do. And number two, if it really sucks, take it down. Hit the delete button. Exit out. I mean, for the love of God, it's just social media. Nobody's living and dying on this thing. So go ahead and share your journey. But I also know that, so I feel like people stop because of a fear. And then people also stop because they don't know where to start. And so that's kind of where we're starting at tonight, because we are at a really amazing pivotal point, like specifically tonight on Thursday, the 8th of October. You can start implementing this stuff tomorrow morning or even tonight before you go to bed, and your business will be dramatically transformed in 30 days or 21 days or however long the program that you are currently on is on. If you implement tonight's tools in that, your business will dramatically change. I promise you, there's like no way that this can go wrong if you just do the system. So many people want to try to recreate the wheel, and they, listen to 500 different trainings and all this stuff. It's really simple, you guys. Share your journey. So to kick off, you can start before, or I would encourage you to start sharing before you start your program, before you start. So what does that mean? That means a week ago, I was sharing about funny running stories. I was sharing about, I know Leanna, yours had, you had a post, I think somewhere along the way, I think it was you, somebody, yeah, it was you, had a post along the way about running. And it reminded me of a story about how when I was in middle school and they would run the laps on the track and give you a rubber band to put on your wrist to count your laps, because I think it took like 12 to make a mile. It was so ridiculous, like running around in a tiny little circle. I would hide rubber bands in my gym shorts pocket to put on my wrist so I didn't have to run that much. Guys, that's relatable. You're sharing stories about running that are relatable. That's what we do here. And so if you start doing that beforehand, and I call that like sowing the seeds, if you start sowing the seeds beforehand, you will have a harvest. But you're not going to have a harvest if you never sowed the seeds. And so you have to start seeding your social media with that kind of stuff before the program starts. Because basically what you're building here is a group of people who are following along. And there are those people, especially if you're sharing on Instagram stories or Facebook stories, go and look at who is following along. I know a lot of you guys, you were saying like your Instagram views were like slammed in the trash. Mine were. I don't know if anybody else's were, but mine for the last, up until this week they've picked up a lot. But 2 weeks, so 2 weeks ago and then last week and this week, my Instagram story views went down half and nothing changed. It's an algorithm issue, I feel like, rather than like an actual interest issue. And so my intention is just to keep sharing. But what I did, because my Instagram is a business Instagram, and my personal Facebook is where like a lot of people follow along with my journey, and they don't like, let me just say, Facebook business pages, unless you're actively paying for advertisements a lot, you don't see that stuff. And people don't see that in their news feed often, unless they've like starred you and made sure to see your stuff. Facebook just doesn't reward that. They want to get paid. They're a business too. So I do a lot of my sharing on my personal page. But because of that, my Instagram stories do not automatically upload to my Facebook stories. So I had to start going back because I noticed how low my Instagram story views had gotten. And I'm a business owner, so I can sit there and be like, no, nobody's watching. This doesn't matter. I don't care anymore. I'm not going to keep showing up. Or I can problem solve and figure out what I can do. And what I could do was take all those stories and put them on Facebook, where I'm getting 4 times the amount of views. So that's what I did. And so getting all of that to say, because whether, it doesn't really matter what platform you're using, just use one of the sharing platforms, you get to interact with people and you get to build this trust where they are interested in what you're doing. And so I would encourage you to brainstorm a little bit about how you're going to share your story. So I am going to cater tonight's content mostly on 30-day breakaway, because that's literally what we're all starting on Monday. But if you are not doing 30-day breakaway, Layla, I know like you're literally about to pop out a baby, so you're clearly not going to be running. You can, however, talk about postpartum fitness. You can talk about, however, what you're doing right now to make your induction go smoothly. You can start talking about that stuff now, so that when you have the baby, and when 6 or 8 weeks from that, you are cleared to exercise and you plug into those postpartum systems, people are watching. They want to see what you're doing. And that creates interest, and that creates them reaching out to you. This, by the way, what I'm sharing tonight does not in any way exclude you from inviting people. This is not a call that tells you have this amazing social media and you don't ever have to invite anybody ever. They'll just knock down your door. No, what this does is give you the authority to invite with confidence. And so a lot of people, because they are scared to invite, it's because they aren't sharing their journey openly. And so those two things go hand in hand. So anyways, share your story. I would encourage you to brainstorm. Why are you doing this? So maybe, like I said, maybe you're doing 30-day breakaway. Why are you doing a running program? And don't you dare say because your coach Danielle told you you had to. I don't want that crap on me. Why are you running? I'm running, A, because I'm a business owner and this is what we're doing. And so here I am, I'm here for it. But also B, because I don't want to hate running my whole life, you guys. I truly, truly don't. I want to like running. My husband freaking loves running. I want to be the person that enjoys. I live in Hawaii. It literally is running weather at all times of the year. But I don't like it right now, and I want to. So that's why I'm doing this. Any funny stories about where you're starting? I mean, I've shared 100 of my funny stories, right? Like, because I've tried so hard to like running, you guys, it's embarrassing how many times I've tried to start liking running. So, and then any vulnerable moments you can share. And that just means that's the stuff that's relatable, you guys. That's the stuff like when I talk about how when I have done running training programs before, how I've never lost weight on them. If anything, I've gained weight. That's vulnerable. That's the stuff that you're like, oh, I don't know if I should share that. I don't know. Like maybe, I don't know. I don't know your story. So I don't know your vulnerable moments in that. But like even the embarrassment of hating the physical fitness tests in elementary school and middle school and high school because I hated running so much because I was so heavy and so overweight as a child that it caused me so much embarrassment. Like that's the kind of stuff. It's not going to connect with everybody, but that's not the point. You're connecting with the people that are meant to hear your story, the people who this is going to change. So share your vulnerable moments as well. Okay. So I wanted to kind of bring it back a little bit to where I started when I started coaching. Social media was very different 6 years ago. Obviously, it changes all the time. So originally, when we started coaching, I was encouraged to post 3 to 5 times a day on Facebook. There was no Instagram stories. There were no Facebook stories. You could not like actively engage people throughout the day. It was, if you guys have watched The Social Dilemma, I don't know if y'all have watched that, but if you've watched that, they talk about the manipulation that has happened with social media in the way that people interact with it. And stories is one of those ways. And so again, to me, stories is just a tool we can use to help share our story. Because if that wasn't the thing, again, when we first started this, we were encouraged to post 3 to 5 times a day to get in people's news feeds because not everyone was seeing all of the content. And that's still very much the same way. If you were to go and type in, or I'll tell you right now, if I went and typed in Layla Bryant in my Facebook search bar, I bet there's 3 or 4 posts that Facebook hasn't even showed me. Like even the people that I interact with all the time, Facebook doesn't always show me. So you're not going to be oversharing necessarily. But 3 to 5 times a day. So I take that now and I translate that into stories. And I would encourage you guys to do one solid post a day. Now, I'm going to give you a lot of ideas on this call tonight, but I'm also going to give you a lot of resources so that you can have this for like not right this minute. But so when we were told to do 5 posts a day, you were told to do a workout post, a personal development aha, something about food and nutrition, and then 2 things about your regular life. So that's like that color wheel exercise that we've all done 100 times where you like, I love to garden and I love to eat French fries and I love Jesus and I love teddy bears and all the things that like make Amanda Amanda. Those are the things that you also continually need to share because you are not Beachbody. Beachbody pays a lot of money for advertisement every single year. You aren't Beachbody. You are Amanda. You are Carrie. You are Leanna. You are Layla. You are Renee. You have your own brand. Whether you're ready and willing to step into that power or not, you have your own brand. And so you get the unique opportunity to curate that the way that you want to curate that. So I think a lot of times there's like, I kind of want to, at each spot, I want to kind of like stop and like poke a hole in it because what I hear a lot is, well, I can't share about my life, or they hold back on sharing about their life because of their job. So like my husband's job is in the military, or not Paige's husband, Paige's job is in the military. She can't openly share that stuff, you guys. I can't openly share about Matt's movements at all times and what he's doing in his work and the army lifestyle that we have. I can't share about all that. So I see a lot of coaches, again, they stop. I think of Layla with Charlie being in the police force. She can't share about all this stuff, right? Like you just can't share some things. Carrie's a teacher. There are some things Carrie can't share. Leanna's a doctor. Some things Leanna can't share. But what you get the opportunity to do is curate what you can share. So don't tell me the only thing that Carrie has going for her is that she's a teacher and Beachbody. Like she has other things that interest her. She's a former college athlete. She lives and loves the water. She has a dog. She has lots of other things that interest her. So that's the kind of things that we're talking about with regular life, who you are beyond Beachbody. And I think I was talking to one of Jackie's coaches earlier this week too about because she basically said, I don't have anything. Like I'm really not an interesting person. I work and I come home and I literally don't do anything. And I was like, I don't want to be mean, right? Because I don't like, I mean, I feel like you guys know me well enough. Everybody on this call knows my heart, and I'm not trying to be mean. Then get a hobby, do something, like try something new, watch a television type of show that you've never watched, learn how to knit. I don't care what you do. Take your kids. I remember, I think I've shared this a lot, but I felt very stale in my life. Like I just felt like our life was stale for a while. Like it was just this routine thing where we like worked and we came home and we had our kids and we fed them and then we put them to bed and then we watched TV and I worked out in the morning. Like it just felt very repetitive. And I felt like I didn't have anything to share. So I invented things to share. I started taking my kids on field trip Fridays. And so I would scout out a local place. And on every Friday, I would just take my kids and do a field trip Friday. Guys, people love that stuff because there's 100,000 moms out there or women or whoever that are in the same place that you are, that want a more enriched, fulfilled life, but they don't know how to get there because no one's showing them that. And so you get the opportunity to show them that. So don't think that you can't change what your current like family dynamic is in order to have, and it's, I know, like I always think, gosh, that sounds inauthentic. And gosh, that sure sounds like manipulated. Like, but how is it manipulating my family? Or I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things that I get trapped in that mindset trap. Like I don't want to be the girl who just does things for the gram, right? But sometimes just doing things for the gram gives me a whole lot of fun life. Like I mean, say if I had the opportunity, a really good example was shark diving, right? Didn't really want to go shark diving. My friend was like, well, you can always use it for your social media. And I was like, oh, okay. You're right. People would enjoy seeing that. So I went shark diving initially, like to celebrate my friend's birthday, but also because it does make good social media. I had a fantastic time. It's a memory I will never forget. It's not just fake. But sometimes the motivation, again, like with Field Trip Friday, sometimes the motivation was to have something to share, but the payoff is a huge reward. I love that time with my family. Every time it comes up on my Facebook news feed, I'm like, oh, I remember when we went and did that. That was so fun. Like, again, I might take a couple pictures and use them for Instagram, but I'm there the whole time, right? Like, it's not like I just went, took a picture with my kids, and then we left and we didn't have the experience. I think that's where that like distortion of reality comes in, of like doing it for the gram, where you didn't really do it. You just took a picture of you kind of fake doing it. So don't be that girl, but don't also discount going out and doing things just to give yourself something to do. One of the other things, and I still, guys, I still suffer with or struggle with this every week, is transformations every single Tuesday. They can be your transformation. They can be somebody from your boot camp's transformation. If you've got a couple clients, ask them. Don't wait for them to share it, because that's such a vulnerable thing that people really do struggle to openly share. So like, for example, this morning or last night, my friend Stacy, she's one of our clients who's been doing our boot camp since July, or not July, February. And I know that she's got really great results. She texted me and said, hey, I've got an infusion tomorrow. I really need you to hold me accountable. I am going to work out, but I always feel like crap, and I really need you to hold me accountable. That triggered in my brain, gosh, hey, can you share your most recent before and progress photo with me so that I can share that and shout you out? Because it's a really big deal that you're committing to continuing to show up, even though you already know that you have a really valid excuse for not showing up. It encouraged Stacy. It gave me a transformation to share. I got to recognize her, but she would never have shared those photos with me had I not asked. So be sure that you're asking your challengers and your boot campers and your coaches on your team for their transformations. It's holding them accountable to their goals too. So don't be afraid to ask, and then always ask if you can share it. And then recognition every Thursday. Guys, we have a crap ton of recognition going on in our team every single Thursday. Somebody's doing something amazing. Pick one of them and go out there and recognize it. If you don't want to pick somebody from our team, if you I don't know, you have a girl that you love. I know, who was it? I think it was Layla. Had a friend who was like a Rodan and Fields consultant or something, and she was crushing her business, and Layla shouted her out. I think that's great. Become the kind of woman that shouts out other women for doing amazing things, or other people. They don't have to be women, but be the kind of person that is shouting out encouragement at every turn. That attracts people to say, like, what is that girl drinking? And then you can be like, here, it's energized. You should also have some. Okay. So some ideas for keeping it all straight, because I know that sometimes when I was thinking about how to put this presentation together, I wanted to, like I said, like poke some holes in some BS, because again, people stop before they ever get started because they freak out and they don't know what to say. Then they don't know how to get started. So that's just going, and I'm going to give you some examples. That's going to systematically be sharing your journey throughout the day on stories and in a post. And then the other thing that I feel like trips people up is they like get to going, but there's 500 ideas flying and they don't know where to go, and they don't know how to streamline it and get their head on straight about what and when to share. Because what I see after calls like this, and whenever a new program starts, stuff gets going uphill, and you're, oh yeah, this is amazing, and I'm sharing my sweaty selfie and my water and my shake, and I'm doing amazing things. And then you burn yourself out and you forget to keep going. Or maybe somebody somewhere gives you the stink eye and is like, what is that girl doing? And you freak out and you cower and you go into a corner and you stop sharing anything. That can't be how a business is run, you guys. Like, again, I was thinking about this the other day because I met a girl who owns a boutique here in town, new. She has some pretty significant haters because she is a very loud and outspoken woman of the community. Somebody came in and did an Instagram rant in her store about how this store is only for fat chicks. And I mean, it was so rude. So what Sarah, my friend who owns it, what she could have done is closed up her door. Like I feel like if she was like 90% of the coaches that I've ever enrolled, if that kind of thing happened, they close the doors of their business. Nope, I'm done. Closing up shop. Or they'll be like, oh, that person, that's hateful. And they'll like be way up here for like 2 minutes. And then nightfall comes and the head demons get in there and start like spinning gremlins around. And then you're like, oh my God, maybe my store is only for fat people. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even be doing this. People are criticizing me. And they slam the door and they never show up again. Guys, businesses don't do that. They take care of whatever the hatred is. I say hatred, that's a really strong word. Whatever the criticism is, for us, I know a lot of us are doing that mindset group. They run it through the mindset process. Is this true? Is that absolutely true? No. Here's the 3 reasons why that isn't true. And now I'm going to turn this new thought around. I forgive myself for the misunderstanding that only fat girls that want to drink glorified Slim Fast are Beachbody coaches. The truth is, this is an amazing community and an amazing opportunity. And I would be remiss if I wasn't sharing it every day. There are people that desperately need this. That's where your head has to get on straight. But also, I think too, we aren't organized about it. And so sometimes that leads to a lot of like too many ideas, not enough process kind of thing. And so I wanted to give you guys some ideas for keeping it all straight. So one of those ideas is to put it on your calendar. So I don't know where it is. I don't want to like spend too much time looking for it either. I should have had it out to begin with. Okay, can't find it. I used to have a day planner, like now I use the big Rise Up and it's downstairs, but I had a day planner, and every single day I wrote out what I would be sharing about. Like I would do this on Sunday night when I sat down and planned my week anyway. So like Monday is going to be Motivation Monday, and I'm going to share a PD takeaway. Tuesday is going to be Transformation Tuesday, and I'm going to share a transformation. Wednesday is going to be Wine It Up Wednesday, and I'm going to talk about how I love wine. And Thursday is going to be Taco Thursday, and I'm going to talk about my favorite taco recipe. Like whatever it is, I just wrote it down so that I wasn't on Thursday, because we all start up here on Monday, right? Like we're all badass baller coaches who are going 15-star diamond on Monday, right? But by Thursday, that ship is sinking, and it is sinking fast. And I'm right there with you guys. So I have created and developed systems to support my own ridiculousness, because I know by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, my brain is dead and I'm not going to remember what it was I wanted to share. So I remind myself with all of my fun systems, so that way I don't have to come up with something on the fly. And I think that that's where people get tripped up a lot of times. So even better, what you can do is put it in your phone, and it can just be the topper of your phone calendar, so that when you open your calendar, you know exactly what you're going to be sharing about today. You can set it as a reminder. I don't know if you guys have ever discovered reminders. They were huge for me. Oh, somebody else is popping on, but you can't see that. This is just the reminder app on the iPhone. And I don't, because I have SIRI, who I'm not going to say because then she listens to me, I can say, hey, person, remind me to post about wine on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Hey, person, I can do that in 30 seconds, you guys. It doesn't take very long. We get tripped up because we think planning is going to take so long all the time to share. It doesn't have to take you that long. It can literally take you 30 seconds to run through some audio reminders, and you will have those reminders for the entirety of the next week. Print off a social media guidepost. You guys, our team page is filled with social media posting ideas. I cannot tell you enough. Like, go and do your homework, but don't just look at it and save it on your phone, because I see 100,000 people get tripped up in that. They're like, ooh, that's awesome. I'll save that. Ooh, I'll save that on Instagram. Ooh, I'll save that in my favorites on Facebook. And you never look at it again. Never. Print it off. Put it in your workspace. Fold it up in your planner. That way you have it right there, so that you aren't reliant on yourself. Because I think so often we only try to rely on ourselves and our own memory. But you guys, we can't do that. Like, your brain isn't capable in 2020 of doing it all. Okay. Like, we got so much stuff going on. You cannot be capable of doing that. So do yourself a favor and set up systems that will keep you in check. A couple of things that are going to take you a little bit of time, but again, save you a whole heck of a lot of time in the end. Write out a couple lists. Write out a list of 20 reasons you love coaching. Write out a list of 20 reasons you love your boot camp. Write out 20 ways Beachbody has changed you. Write out 20 ways this community has made your life better. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80. That's 80 days of posts right there. If you took half an hour and wrote those out, you would have 80 days of posts prepared and ready for you. And then the last little piece of advice on keeping it all straight is don't overthink it. Like, that's the other thing. I think people shoot themselves in the foot because they go back to that, well, I can't make it perfect, so it just doesn't matter. Guys, if the only thing that was ever put out was perfection, you would never have anything. Never. The iPhone would have never been invented. Social media would have never been invented. Shakeology would have never been invented. Nothing would have ever been invented if they waited for it to be perfect before they released it. Just put it out there. The edit function on Instagram and Facebook is miraculous. You just go and you hit edit. That didn't used to be a thing. Didn't even used to be. I don't even think you used to be able to, like, I'm dating myself, I realize that, but like when Facebook came out, I'm pretty sure you couldn't even delete your posts. Like, once it was up, and that was it. Like, well, all the misspellings and all the ridiculous drunk Facebook posts, they were there. They were there for a while because I couldn't delete them. So I think it's really important that you remember not to overthink it. There are people out there that desperately, desperately need you to show up. And so if you continue to shoot yourself in the foot about sharing your journey, you will never get anywhere. Let yourself be a process. Let yourself be someone who's open to refinement throughout the years. But if you don't ever get started, you won't ever go anywhere. So, okay. I wanted to give you guys some ideas, because I know we're all beautiful visual learners, of some really great, all I did was scroll through social media today and grab a couple people that I think are really showcasing what we do really well. Okay. Drink your water. Water break. Okay, so first up is Kim Fitzpatrick. Like I said, PD. This looks like might be fitness. Something else. I did click on this one because I was like, oh, that's so pretty. Was she at a wedding? No, she took a floral bouquet class. Something else from her life. This is about love. This is about adventure. And this is about food. It doesn't have to be hard. Okay. Like I think we all think this has to be difficult. These are just singular posts on her Instagram. This exact same thing, guys, let me be very clear about this, goes for Facebook too. This is just, I looked at Facebook at first because I thought the majority of people I know in this group are sharing on Facebook. And so I think a lot of people get tripped up because they're like, oh, well, I'm not sharing on Instagram, so this isn't applicable to me. No, this is just a really easy way to see all the posts. Facebook doesn't have a grid. So like, I'm not going to screenshot and scroll and screenshot and scroll and screenshot and scroll. This is just a nice little succinct way. Same thing. This is Lauren Page. She's one of the members of our Greater team. So again, this is about coaching today and all the recognition and admiration she has for the people on her team. This is about traveling. This is about running. This is about her relationship with Jake. This is about personal development. And this is a transformation. She is not a cook at all. She eats like prepackaged meals only, she says. So like you will probably never see food on her Instagram, which I think is fantastic because she stayed true to herself. It's not like she tries to fake it with finding other recipes. She just is who she is. And she talks about how she doesn't cook in her stories. So I love that. This is Kat, the modifier from 21 Day Fix. If you guys don't follow her on Instagram, you really, really should. She's amazing. It's called Love Size Me. I'm like obsessed with her Instagram. I think she's amazing. I want to like hug her. And I think she has like, again, 400,000 people that just absolutely love her. But again, she's like the queen of the IGTVs lately. She goes on there and does like coffee chats in the morning. I mean, she is all over the place. And I love it. But she's talking about food. She's talking about belief. And this is kind of more of like a personal development belief thing. She's talking about I don't remember what that was. I think it was like a weekend shot. She's talking about fitness because this is Tanya. She's talking about fitness in this one. Like, again, we're seeing exactly, let me scroll back. Get back here. Where'd they go? This. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Okay. This is what we were talking about. Workout, personal nutrition, food nutrition, 2 things about your regular life. That's this. This is the exact same thing. So, and again, this is Katie Moore, who you guys, we just confirmed that Katie Moore is going to be speaking on the Diamond Dash group, which I'm really excited about. I have loved watching her business blow up. But again, right here, she's giving some, I wish I could get the thing. Hold on, let me slideshow it again. Okay, I clicked too far. Sorry. Okay, it's a little bigger for you guys. Right here, she's talking about editing tips and tricks because this is the original photo and this is her edited photo. She's talking about how to create a business. What she's doing is showing other women that she can teach them how to make a business. This is a coaching post. Whether well, I know what she's doing. We all do, right? But like whether people watching or not know it, this is about how she can teach them how to show up on social media with a business mind. I don't remember what this one was about. This is about football. This is about, I don't remember, food. Like I didn't look at hers in depth because there's a lot of videos. She also is blowing up the reels. Like learn the new things if you want to, but if that trips you up, don't. Again, I think that's one of the areas that people get really stuck on. They're like, well, I can't do Instagram reels, so I guess I can't do my job today. Like, no, you just post until you figure out Instagram reels. Like you just post until you figure it out, until you have time to do some investing and figuring it out. But these are some examples of other people that I think are sharing their journey really, really well. We overcomplicate it. We make it so much harder than it really is. You guys, it all goes back to, man, I keep clicking out of that thing. It all goes back to this. Workout, personal development, food and nutrition, 2 things about your regular life. If all you did was 1 post a day that was intentional, and then the rest of this was all in Facebook or Instagram stories, and then you invited based on that, you would have a different business. Okay, I am going to stop share really quick, and then I'm going to restart the share because I did that wrong the original time. Okay, I wanted to show you one of the resources that is in our back office. Amanda, can you see this where it says Motivation Monday? Okay, you guys, this isn't our team page. I scrolled and found it, but I'll repost it or I'll bump it up so that everybody can find it very quickly. I posted this in 2016. It's a content strategy. It was what I was given in 2016, 4 years ago. Guys, it's the same thing. Motivational quote with picture. Health tip of the day, never give up or lose yourself. Or 12:30, my healthy lunch. 3 p.m. random question or asking advice. 7 p.m. challenge or shout out. 9 p.m. next group call to action. Guys, this is a story. This is an Instagram or Facebook story thing. You can put reminders in your phone because I guarantee you, your kids are going to be whining and whatever. Sneak off to the bathroom, put your post up, and then go back out and deal with your kids, or even better, if you want to be a real baller, pre-save all this. And that way you don't even have to do it. You can be cooking dinner and posting things you scheduled. Like, you're amazing at that point. Transformation Tuesday. This one I think this was mine actually back in 2016. I think this was mine. Yep. So religious quote, verse, or inspirational quote with picture, random advice or question, post-workout picture with motivation, encouragement, health tip of the day, recipe, challenger, or self-transformation, 9 p.m. family post. Woman Crush Wednesday, religious quote or inspirational, health tip of the day. Like, if you can see what's happening here, this is an organized strategy for posting. Okay. This is how to systematically share your journey. The last thing that I wanted to say about this before I wrap us up here is take a lot of pictures. I think that's another thing that trips a whole lot of people up, is that they want to share, but they don't have a lot of content to share. Like, I say content, like photos. When you take Paige I know you can't unmute yourself, but when Paige was doing her first program, it was her first program with 21 Day Fix or whatever it was that you did. She took progress photos of all the things. I remember hearing that from Bree Headley one time with 80 Day Obsession, because somebody was like, well, how do I share a Transformation Tuesday post when I'm at day 14 of 80? Like, this is for the long haul, right? She's like, I did a transformation photo of my arms. I did a transformation photo of my legs. I did a transformation photo from the back. I did a transformation photo from the side. I did a transformation photo of my face. They're all using the same starting place, but updating the process along the way so that you continually have things to share. It doesn't have to be like, this is day 1 of 30-day breakaway, and this is day 2 of 30-day breakaway, and this is day 14 of 30-day breakaway. Make sure you vary up that content so that people are seeing lots of different photos. Take them from different, you posted in the chat. I'll check that in just a second. Take them with different outfits on. That was one of the most powerful posts that I did a couple years ago, was that I had a pair of shorts that would not button. And I took a photo of them, and then I took a photo of myself after the program, and they buttoned. Huge. How many people want that moment? How many people? You get the opportunity to show them that and to give them hope and encouragement that they can do that too, because that's what we do here. We offer hope and encouragement that people can change. So, okay, you guys, that is the end of my content for tonight. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope that you feel super empowered to go into 30-day breakaway with just all the momentum in the world to share your journey. If you're not doing 30-day breakaway, that's totally fine. If you're doing 21 Day Fix, or if you're doing UV2, or you're doing the mindset meditation course, all of these same principles apply to all the things. But you randomly picking and choosing random workouts and maybe showing up half the time and not logging your accountability and kind of half-assing it isn't going to give you the authority to invite with confidence. So, okay. Does anybody have any questions? Let me check the chat real quick. Julie Voorhees. Oh, yeah, your girl is Julie Voorhees, Amanda. You're right. Oh, okay, fine. I will find Julie Voorhees and I will introduce you as Julie. I want you to meet my 2-star diamond coach, Amanda. And Julie will go, well, hello, Amanda. Power move every week. That has been huge for me. Sometimes I have a hard time coming up with my power move. It was Juliana. Yep. Yeah, how many notes are on your phone? Well, oh my God. Okay, so that reminds me of something, you guys. Today I was looking, you know what I was looking for, Carrie, was our original screenshot of that comment. I was trying to find the screenshot that I took of our text where you told me you would never post a sweaty selfie. Like, I'm not going to take a selfie photo. So there's that. I was trying to find that. I know. But I was trying to find that text because I was going to use it in my stories today. And so I went back, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but this is huge if you don't. So go on your, if you have an iPhone, I don't know anything about Android, so don't ask me questions about them. You're just going to have to use your friend Google. But you can go to albums. If you click albums, it'll bring up this. And if you scroll down, there's an album that they have created for you called Screenshots. And it's every screenshot you've ever taken with your phone. You guys, I went back to the beginning because I thought surely this screenshot was going to be in here. Do you know what I had found in here? I had found content calendars that I had saved. I had found post ideas that I had saved. I found funny quotes and memes. I found, oh my God, this was the worst thing. I used to take screenshots of people's conversations to remind myself to follow up with them. I went and followed up with like 10 people because I was like, I have not talked to them since 2 years ago when I took that screenshot. But hopefully that's helpful for you guys because that was really helpful for me. So be sure to do that. Katie Moore uses Lightroom, and you can text her and ask for the preset because I don't know what preset she uses, but it's a preset from Lightroom. The app is Lightroom. Kat is the bomb. I know, man. So many beginning progress photos. I did like 15 outfits, 5 different poses. It's really helpful and I still do it. Maybe not 15. Yeah, you're like, okay, I start way up here and then it comes down. You got to buy it on Etsy. Yeah. Yes, I did. Remember that time we were super close to her waiting in line at the bathroom. Never been more intimidated. She's tall and thin. She's talking about Julie Voorhees, Amanda. We were right there. Carrie and I went to the bathroom during Summit and she was right there and we were talking and I was like, oh, you're Julie Voorhees. Okay. Like, and especially in her hometown of Indianapolis, where she was the queen of Summit because of Indianapolis. Like, so. Oh, and you just downloaded Lightroom today. Look at you, hot stuff. She's scary. She's not scary. She's so nice. Lightroom. Yeah, I personally don't use Lightroom. There's nothing wrong with it. I think Lightroom is fantastic. I think it's amazing for presets so that all of your posts have the same similar aesthetic. I just use Snapseed. But I like Snapseed until I see Katie Moore's photos. And then I'm like, ooh, I need Lightroom. So, you know, I think it's all in what you want to do. Lightroom is very easy once you get the hang of it. It's going to take you a little bit to learn it. But once you get the hang of it, you can pop the picture in, you can push the Lightroom button, you can save the picture, you can be done. It doesn't take a lot once you get used to it. Hi, Jeanette, by the way. I'm so glad to see your face. It's been so long since I've seen you. So good. All right. Does anybody have any questions on systematically sharing your journey? Because I would love to share anything. I mean, I've been sharing my journey for almost 6 years now, so I'm happy to share anything. And if you want to scroll back in my Instagram to probably 4.5 years ago where I started this specific Instagram, it's real bad. So don't think that what you see, even on Katie Moore, go scroll back through Katie Moore's stuff. Go scroll back. and see where she started. I think that's what trips people up, is they think that what they see today is what's always been. And that you just have to do it, and you just have to learn along the way and fail yourself forward. So all good here. Layla, I want to see that baby. Oh, also, Layla, either take yourself off of mute and tell us her name, or type it in, because I want to say her name. Amanda said it's Hawaiian, and I need to know the name because I live in the land of Hawaiian names. Is it Kamehameha? Kamehameha? Kamehameha. That's what it is. Kamehameha. Is it Queen Kamehameha? No, King. See, I'm ignorant at this point. Like, I sound ridiculous. I'm sorry. King Kamehameha. What's her name, Layla? Take yourself off. I can't hear you.
I don't even see a mute option for her. Like,
Because
she
she's
didn't have
off
her
mute.
phone. Yeah.
Ask, see if she'll unmute, because I need to know this baby's name. Unless you're not sharing it, which in that case you should also tell me you're not sharing it, because then I'm not going to sit here and like wonder what it is. All right. Well, you guys, while Layla types her baby's name in there, I mean, Hawaiian names can be very, very long. So maybe it's a very, very long name. And some of them are very short. But they all have lots of vowels. That's what I know about Hawaiian words. They all have lots of vowels and K's and W's. So, all right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Oh yes, and congratulations to Leah and our Diamond ladies. I know Carrie and Amanda. I'm so proud of you guys, and Leanna is headed off too. So really, really proud of you guys. Our team is back to 2-star. We're pushing to 5-star. We've got my second CBC and Matt that as soon as humanly possible, I will be getting into Diamond Qual to go into 4-star Qual with you guys. And then Renee is going to be our 5th Diamond. I know it. So she is up in that Diamond dash. She is pushing. She is dialed in. She's got her head down, game face on. So our team is headed for elite. So I'm beyond thrilled about this. So, all right. Yes, you are. You are coming to freaking Hawaii. Oh my gosh. We're going to have a Hawaiian retreat. I'm so excited. Sorry, I'm telling you, I feel like you should probably just book your ticket for a month, because all of the hikes, all of the paddleboarding, all of the things, all of the beach, you've thought about it. Yes, you should. Just a whole month. So, all right, you guys, we won't sleep. No, we'll do night hikes. We'll do sunset hikes, night hikes, moon hikes. We'll do sunrise hikes. You should get hiking shoes in case you're wondering. Also, we can do other things. We don't have to hike the whole time. We'll do, what did you say you want to do, Carrie? You want to do shark diving? Amanda told me she wanted to do zip lining. No, I'm just kidding. She didn't say that, but I'll do zip lining with you.
I'll do zip lining. I'm not too sure about sharks, but
I'll go in a cage.
They have that too. I liked it, but I don't know.
Did you do it in a cage?
I've done it both ways, cage and open.
Oh my God.
Open was nothing. To me, open was kind of boring. Cage, they were right up on you in the cage. Like, here's the cage. And he was right here. I mean, he wasn't mean to me. Can we please stop that? Oh my God. Please. I think you all will get to pick one activity. All right. Well, you guys, I love you guys, and I will talk to you all throughout the week, but also I'll see you back here next Thursday at the same time. Have a good night.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.